Hello everyone, Turner Burner here with another video for you guys. This is going to be a different type of video. It's not going to be about anything specific in terms of Gears 5 or Madden, which is like my two concurrent passions right now. But it's just going to be the overarching like state of gaming, at least what I've noticed in the few games that I have played. I could be wrong as far as my overall analysis, but this is what I've noticed. So just to give a quick backstory, um, excuse me, I like maybe around 2008 or 2009, roughly. I played Xbox 360, and at that time, I was a big, you know, Call of Duty 4. I believe the first Modern Warfare 2, Gears 2. And those are basically what I was a fan of. Before that was PS2, but that wasn't online. I was at, NFL 2K5 and different, stuff like that. With Xbox 360 in 2008, 2009, roughly, I was a big fan of NHL '09. So there was like probably about three or four games I really, really got good at and really, really enjoyed back in 2009. Then I took some time off, without getting too specific, we'll just call it life reasons. So I took some time off, probably roughly 10 years until about I'd like to say 2019, but I was really too busy in my real life stuff to really get like heavily into it. And then I took a break from like took we'll call it a semi-retirement. Um, when was that? January of 2020, and that's when I really start to get like heavy into Gears 5, PvE, Horde Escape, and things of that nature. So I would say I probably took 10 years off, and then I started playing a lot. Like I probably in the last 14 years. I played 4 years, I guess would be the analysis roughly. So what I've come to realize, because I've been doing a lot of playing in the time that I was playing, what I've come to realize is that the gaming, I don't know if I want to group them all together necessarily, but for the sake of simplicity, I'll just call it the gaming industry seems to um, deliberately I don't want to say deliberately necessarily, but it seems like they are well aware that they're going to underperform every 2, 3, 4 years, depending on the gaming cycle. If it's a sports game, it's annual. So it seems like they're well aware they're going to underperform in a particular area, and they do nothing to fix some of the problems that they had in the previous game. Or, maybe the graphics are the same. Like, I've seen the new Madden 22s coming out in August, and I, really want to get into that. But my point in saying that is I've seen, Twitter comments and YouTube comments say like, this is the same game for the last 15 or sorry, not 15 years, but since 2015, you guys haven't done anything different. It's all about glitches and exploits. And as I'm reading and getting more information, looking at different articles, I'm seeing the exact same stuff that I used to complain about when I was, heavy into Gears 5. And Gears 5, when it comes down to not even on a PvP level, just on a and there's a reason why the screen is on what I'm on right now, and I'll get to that in a minute. But just on a PvE level, just to get top ranked in leaderboards, people would glitch to win. People would do meat chill glitch or the headshot on meat chill glitch. They would just you know essentially do what was required to get the number one spot. It is what it is. And as I've gotten more familiar with it, it's like when a company or an industry or whatever is aware of such a glitch, they should want to get rid of that glitch as fast as possible and reset the leaderboards as quickly as possible, whatever. But there are certain glitches and exploits that are just, they're basically ignored, and for some reason they just stay a part of the game. I don't know all the technical aspects of, creating a game or whatever, but it does seem like a lot of these glitches and exploits are just totally ignored. And, I don't understand what that's all about. I don't know why, like, because, one of the problems I'm currently having right now is like I'm always going to be, as far as Madden's concerned, for solo battles in the top 100. As you can see in the top right of your screen, you see 93, and the only reason it's 93 is because if you look at this, you see how for this particular person it says games completed and wins. It says 13 wins and 13 games completed. If you go to my name, once we get there. Um, this may take a little bit because it is, not it's the top 100. So, and there we go, Turner Burner. So you see 12 and 12, and these other people may be having the exact same problem. I don't even know if you want to call it a glitch bug or what something's happening to where when I play my 12th game, the game will stop me from playing my 13th game. It's very annoying. It costs you, as far as a Madden level, it costs you a lot of like points and Gears coins and packs or whatever, because um, the difference between someone who's 101 versus someone who's 100 is insurmountable. Just imagine you went to work or whatever. Let's say you had the option of working like five, for people that don't play Madden, here's an example. If you had the option of working 5 or 6 days a week, let's say, you wanted to work 6 days a week, but for some reason your check only reflected 5 days a week, but, with the way the math broke down, 5 days a week is half your income relative to what 6 days a week would provide. That is basically what it's like to miss this last game in a week of solo battles. At the end of the day, yeah, I'm sure I'll get like it's just a game, blah 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 blah. But there's no sense of doing something to just be okay or average or mediocre. If there's a chance to get more of whatever it is, I want that a fair chance. Now, if I lost this game, it would say 12 wins and 13 games completed. But for some reason it's not even available. For point of order, and I even texted EA on Twitter. Let's see if they fixed it. That would be very nope. They didn't fix it. So and now I'm at 99. So I'm going to fall out of 100 and miss out on these rewards. So if you look to your right, you see the coin rewards. So you see like 100,000 if you're 100 through 76, and it drops all the way down to 44,500. So as long as you know what numbers are, you realize that 44,500 is way less than 100,000 coins. So there are situations of this nature that, and I haven't even been playing Madden since the game came out, and stuff like this has happened every single week of me being, starting Madden, which may be 6, 7, 8 weeks, something like that. Not very long. But ultimately, it's just like certain things just make my eyes roll. Like, why doesn't it work when when I wanted to, or why can't I play that last game? And transitioning to Gears, I'll pull up Gears here in a second, but it's just like um, I'm on it. I'm on Gears infrequently now, unless it's for like a pretty specific purpose, or if some of my friends invite me and I have time. But it's just like there was a time I was curious to how many runs I did on Ice Queen, and I had to wait 15 minutes for my stats to load. Why? Why am I waiting 15 minutes for my stats to load? It's very, relative to Gears infractions, really minor, but it's like still, why? This is 2021. Why is there still severe lag? Gears 2, I mean, I hate to even bring it up, but Gears 2 compared to Gears 5, Gears 2 lag was ridiculous because you didn't even have dedicated servers. Gears 3, got to dedicated servers, which they should have always had, because I believe Call of Duty, since Modern Warfare 4, Call of Duty 4, the first Modern Warfare, they always had dedicated servers. So, I mean, I believe the company's Activision, unless Activision is just worth that much more than Epic Games, then I don't understand why they didn't have dedicated servers sooner. Maybe you guys know, you can comment below and let me know. So, but ultimately, I just think some things are just like, why is it taking so long? Let's go. But ultimately, and then like with Gears 5, and this may steer towards rant level, so feel free to turn off the video at any point. But it's just like they stopped releasing hives. I don't know. I feel like they could have put more time into. So let's see how long it takes to load. I feel like they stopped releasing highs prematurely. They didn't give it a chance as far as like Escape is concerned. And I know it's long over or whatever, but I don't even know if the game was out for a year at that point when they stopped releasing hives. They just, I don't know. It shows little to no backbone, especially when it's okay. There they are. It, it I don't understand some of the decisions some of these games make. I don't understand some of the end decisions some of these games make, where it's just like, if you got like 200, 300, 4,000, 50,000, I don't know what a high number is, complaining about the exact same thing, why don't you fix it? Like seriously, like flashbangs, or like, the fear ability, or a bunch of other stuff in Gears. I really don't understand why it doesn't, why they're not fixed. Another thing is, Sentinels, heavily overpowered. And as far as Escape is concerned, why are they still overpowered? Juvies, unless you have a melee character or a high health character, can melee you to all the way down to like 2% or 1% or 1 HP, however you want to look at it. And for some reason, they think that's fair and okay. Granted, it may, for me, personally, because I've played so much, I've gotten used to a lot of that stuff, but a lot of it's really stupid. And a lot of the decisions they made may have caused people to not be interested in Escape, or the laziness. I don't know all of what goes behind the scenes, but it's heavily disappointing knowing that, like, hey, Escape is by far the best thing Gears 5 had to offer, but they stunted its growth just because it didn't get the reaction, I guess, PvP got. PvP literally only has tenure over Escape. Same thing with Horde. Horde is way too easy. I don't know. I don't know what they're trying to do with Horde, or if it's literally just about the aesthetics of the maps. But it is just too easy, and it's way too boring. If at least when I'm focusing on it, it's nice when maybe if I set a goal before the game and say, like, okay, I'm gonna get 6 million damage or 7 million damage or 8 million damage, I can kind of like focus on that, because I know it's gonna be too easy if I just focus on just winning. But ultimately, it's just one of those things where Gears 5 and Madden just has a small sample size. It seems like they underperform, knowing we are going to buy it anyway. And that is kind of, for me, I don't know. It makes me uncomfortable knowing that, okay, I'll get Gear 6, I'll get Madden 22, but it's more like by force in a way. I'm not saying like I absolutely have to buy it, because that's being disingenuous, but in a way, if I want to keep, my interest in football or my interest in Gears, or, keep making content for you guys, unless I do something totally different, I have to buy mediocre games that aren't going to be worth the $60 they charge for it. If it was worth $5, wouldn't make this video. But it's just one of those things where I feel like I have a hard time saying deliberately, but it feels like they deliberately underperform, knowing we're going to buy it anyway. Imagine giving your being in school or whatever, and you're constantly doing homeworks that are like D pluses and C minuses or whatever, but but your teacher or your school or the world decides to give you a full ride scholarship to Harvard anyway. But I mean, like, you're not qualified, right? So that's how I wished it worked in the gaming industry, where it's just like they have to deliver A pluses or at least an A as far as like quality with minor issues, but they seem to be totally okay with releasing what would equate to D minuses or D pluses, knowing we're going to pay for it anyway. So it's unfortunate for me because I really want to continue this channel and grow it as far as gaming, but I mentally have to figure out a way to move forward past that dichotomy and that system where it's just like underperform, sell at $60 as if they didn't underperform, and then it's just like we buy, they sell a low quality product, and we continue to buy. So, but that's pretty much it. And as a side note, back also in 2009 or whatever, I used to be a competitive chess player, and after all these issues with Madden that will continue to happen, and Gear 6 that will continue to happen, I might figure out a way to start streaming chess more. Or I have an Xbox system. I don't have the at least I don't think I do. I can see if I can figure it out. I don't have the appropriate setup through my desktop, but chess is a perfect game. If I lose a chess game, it won't be because I got glitched. Then there's no like the game is, as far as like tenure is ancient. It's I don't know exactly how old it is, but it's infinitely older than Madden or Gears or even the concept of a video game or the concept of football. So I might just get into that because I know I'm not going to get I know I'm gonna get what I pay for when it comes down to at least the game of chess, because that's basically the only perfect game that's not going to annoy me. And I already have the the blessing of already knowing how to play. So anyway, losing my voice. That is pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you think of this operation. If you have anything positive to kind of cheer me up. But that's how I feel about the state of gaming right now, where it's like they deliberately, unconscionably will continue to or sell low quality products where people and the players will continue to glitch out of their eyeballs, and they'll be rewarded for their glitching, whether it's money or otherwise. And I'm just sitting on my hands waiting, trying to navigate all that and still trying to have a good time with my buddies or even by myself, which it's usually by myself. So anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. As always, thanks for listening. If you have questions for me, oh, I don't have all the horde maps completed. If you have questions for me, comment below. If you have comments that you'd like to chime in on, this is supposed to be spontaneous discussion, not really written down or anything like that. But yeah, as always, thanks for listening. Thanks for your support. You guys have a good one. Peace.